Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. I woke up like this, deep divers all magical and fly, just, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency, I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration, I feel so much better now. Take that, take that, take that. Hadouken! That good ass energy I'm sending you, deep divers. The cat down the road told me, you feel so much better now. Let me say a big shout out to everybody who's joined the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. Deep divers, click the link down below and be inspired. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on in the world, deep divers. Let's talk about how World War III is on the horizon, but people don't see it. Okay, so what happened today in the early hours of the morning? Ukraine launched 6 US-made long-range missiles into Russia. This is crazy. And this is sparking huge concern worldwide because a lot of people are like, okay, what is Putin going to do next? How is he going to respond? Could this lead to World War III? Deep divers, look, this information right here is going to blow your mind and inspire you at the same time and help you become your greatest version. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support the real. Hit that like button right now if you support the real, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, deep divers, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation that you are about to be celebrating something major soon. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Fantastic. So deep divers, let's talk about how the whole world is looking a little bit shaky, baby, because storms are brewing. Oh yeah. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So wonderful, deep divers. Let me play you just a summary of what just happened, because this is huge news. Storms are brewing, deep divers. Take a listen.
Let's bring in CNN's Nick Payton-Walsh. Tell us more about what we know regarding Ukraine using the U.S.-made ATACMS missiles and what the potential targets were.
Yeah, we know only what the Russian Ministry of Defense is telling us, which is about 3:25 a.m. local time. 6 missiles, they say, were fired at a military facility in Bryansk. That's another region on the border area, not far away from Kursk, which currently has a significant Ukrainian military presence inside of it. Now, the Russians claim that they took out 5 of those 6. We've heard that in the past, that they have claimed to significantly prevented Ukrainian air assaults. But the significance here, of course, is that nobody appears to be wasting any time in getting this permission from the Biden administration into the battlefield, possibly because it is possible that when President Donald Trump takes office in January the 20th, he may reverse the frankly unexpected but long in the mind of Ukraine overdue decision by President Joe Biden at the weekend. It's extraordinary because of the pace here. I'm not sure it's necessarily unexpected to some degree, because we have known that Ukraine have been in possession of ATACMS missiles like this to hit targets inside of occupied areas of Ukraine. And so in theory, I suppose the target list would have already been in their possession, and this simply being a matter of Kiev deciding that they wanted to use this new US permission. But it comes on the 1000th day of a war so full of unexpected moments here. And I think we are now going to have to see whether Ukraine steps forward and officially acknowledges that this indeed was an ATACMS missile launching this particular strike. Just in the last 48 hours, President Volodymyr Zelensky has sort of hedged that, generally saying, look, we're not going to necessarily announce this. Missiles will speak for themselves. Well, certainly that news has indeed emerged. What could Russia's response be? They have been unclear at this particular point, previously warning that if these missiles were fired by Ukraine, supplied as they are by the United States, that would essentially be NATO, the US and Europe joining the war, becoming a party to the conflict. Putin has not reiterated that himself, since this but indeed his foreign ministry made similar noises. So it's a key moment here, certainly, and it's one important to phrase it here, Amara. We're seeing the Trump presidency loom, the likelihood of negotiations there, European allies maneuvering, showing the fact they're not on the same page, frankly, as Olaf Scholz, the lame duck chancellor of Germany, made a call to the Kremlin head on Friday. That notion of diplomacy is clear and coming down the track. And so I think we're seeing the Biden administration giving this permission to use the ATACMS to potentially complicate the war that President-elect Trump inherits, and I think also give Ukraine a chance on the battlefield to get the upper hand. Remember, they're very worried, the Americans, about North Korean troops and a Russian offensive into that Kursk area where Ukrainian troops are currently occupying part of it.
Yeah, it's been a remarkable series of events, starting with President Biden with this major change in policy, allowing Ukraine to use these longer range missiles inside Russia. And then what we saw was Putin signing this declaration, revising the nuclear doctrine that you mentioned, that would it basically declared that a conventional attack on Russia by any nation supported by a nuclear power would be considered a joint attack. And then we see Ukraine using these long-range missiles. It's yet to be seen what Russia's response will be, but
so no one knows what Russia's response is going to be. Let me tell you this, deep divers. All across Europe, they are preparing for war as I'm speaking. I said all across Europe, they are preparing for war. In Sweden, the government was handing out over 5 million pamphlets to its citizens saying, hey, prepare for war, stock up on food, buy canned goods, all of these things. It's also happening in Norway, right? So a lot of people don't even know that a potential World War III is around the corner. And that's the reason why, deep divers, right now, you want to protect your energy more than ever. Right now, you want to protect your energy more than ever. Look, the Ukraine launched 6 US long-range missiles into Russia. And guess who gave them the permission? President Biden gave Zelensky, Ukraine, permission to use US long-range missiles. This is very important because, you see, when Trump takes over in January, Trump said, hey, we're going to end the Russia and Ukraine war. Well, Biden has just made it a lot harder for him to do that. Right? So you have to really pay attention to what's really going on, because if you don't know, deep divers, North Korea is now helping Putin. North Korea is now helping Putin in the war against Ukraine. And his army is very powerful combined with Russia. And China as well are most probably gonna, as time goes on, also join it, because once again, those 6 long-range missiles, US made, no one knows what Putin is gonna do, how he's gonna respond. And this could potentially lead to World War III, but people don't see it. So let me play you a clip about what's happening in Europe. Take a listen, deep divers.
How would you cope without power for days on end in freezing temperatures? That's what people in some Nordic countries are being asked in case war or other crisis situations happen. On Monday, millions of Swedes will start receiving a pamphlet titled If the War or Crisis Comes. It's guidance updated from 6 years ago because of what the Stockholm government calls the worsening security situation, i.e. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. There could be war in Sweden, its civil defense minister said. The yellow document asks citizens to make sure they can fend for themselves. Stocking up on potatoes, cabbage, carrots and eggs, along with tins of bolognese sauce and prepared blueberry and rosehip soup are on the checklist. And one message has been moved up from the middle of the booklet. If Sweden is attacked, we will never give up. Norway has also sent out more than 2 million pamphlets urging people to be prepared to manage on their own for a week in the event of extreme weather, war or other events. It suggests long life food and medicines like iodine tablets. Finland and Denmark have also published similar advice too.
There's a reason why governments are increasing their military budget all across the world. This is because they know that a big war is getting ready to take place, right? Now, President-elect Trump, said this. Take a listen.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home.
Right? So pay attention, deep divers. Pay attention to what's going on. Now, this channel is all about becoming your greatest version, deep divers. And with this news of Ukraine launching 6 US made long-range missiles into Russia, the US also better be prepared for war, because North Korea joining Russia, and Russia also has other allies. Russia also has other allies like China. So you got to pay attention to what's really going on, because once again, storms are brewing. Now, first and foremost, deep divers, let love guide you, not fear. There's nothing to be afraid of, but there is everything to be prepared for. Let love guide you and not fear. You see, you got to remind yourself, deep divers, wars, there is a force, a group of people on this planet who make tons of money from wars. That's the reason why there's always wars happening, because it's $1 billion industry. Okay, someone is getting paid. The more wars they have, the more money they make. Sometimes you say, actually, how come they don't just end all of these wars? Well, you see, wars create money. And the truth is, they don't send their children to go and fight in the wars. They send yours. Slow motion this side. In fact, war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Do you know the world? Do you know, deep divers? Do you know the word soldier means soldier? So I want to read you something by Krishnamurti, but you've got to remind yourself that war is never a good thing. And you see, the world is slowly moving into a nuclear Armageddon. And this we must prevent at all costs. Because if it happens, it's going to be a catastrophe. Right? Let me read you what Krishnamurti, the great master, said. We are each one of us responsible for every war because of our aggressiveness of our own lives. Because of the aggressiveness of our own lives, because of our nationalism, our selfishness, our gods, our prejudices, our ideals, all of which divide us. And only when we realize, not intellectually, but actually as we would recognize that we are hungry or in pain, that you and I are responsible for all this existing chaos, for all the misery throughout the entire world, because we have contributed to it in our own daily lives and are part of this monstrous society with its wars, divisions, its ugliness, brutality, and greed. Only then will we act. Powerful words, right? We are all responsible for the wars that we see. World War III is on the horizon. It's time to wake up, deep divers. You're already awake. It's time to wake up, humanity, right? Because you see, it's not just between Russia and Ukraine. Take a look at what's going on in the Congo. Take a look at what's happening in Yemen. Take a look at what's going on with Israel and Palestine. What's going on with Israel and Lebanon. Oh yeah. Storms are brewing. Big storms are brewing. And even the Freemason Albert Pike talked of a World War III happening between radical Islam and Zionism. It's time to wake up, people. Now, what can we all do? Every single day, what we can do is hold a meditation. And in that meditation, you want to send love all throughout the world. You want to send peace all throughout the world. You want to send healing all throughout the world. Because together, we can stop World War III. Together, we can put an end to all wars. Together, we can show them that love is more powerful than hate. Babies aren't born hating each other. But like Krishnamurti said, anytime you hold on to nationalism, there's always going to be wars. It's time to remind yourself you're being played like a fiddle. The whole world is a stage. And when you choose one humanity over their insanity, you can now free yourself. It's time to wake up, people. They're pushing for World War III. Wake up, people. Biden just gave Ukraine permission to use as many US-made long-range missiles into Russia. So what do you think Russia is going to do? Oh, they're going to unite with as many allies as they can against NATO and the whole of Europe and the US. And that's the reason why right now, all over Europe, they're saying, hey, get ready for war. Even in Germany, they're telling people, hey, get ready for war. So it's time to wake up. Once again, let love guide you and not fear. We've got to remind ourselves, deep divers, it's not just about a physical war. There's a spiritual war happening. It's happening. Every single day when you wake up and pick up that phone, there's a war against your mind and soul. It's time to wake up. The Apple logo means the forbidden fruit, but you don't hear me though. AI. I'm going to make a whole video on AI, but there's a war against you. It's time to wake up. Remind yourself. Don't allow yourself to be consumed by fear, and always choose love over everything. I want all of you right now, if you're ready, to put an end to all wars and choose love over fear and hate. I want all of you right now to hit that like button if you support The Real. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Deep divers, let's breathe. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Go and join the new Infinite Waters Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/RalphSmart. Deep divers, click the link down below and be inspired. Also, make sure you get the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon. and at ralphsmart.com/the book, The Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version, and the latest new book, The Book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart at ralphsmart.com/the book, The Secret Recipe to Becoming Your Greatest Version, and go and get the Good Ass Prana Shirts Deep Divers, all new designs you're going to absolutely love for men, women, children, even cats down the road at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you're a sexy ass model, woo, who's choosing love, not hate, with a whole lot of heart, you want to model the clothing? Well, go and buy some. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, Deep Divers, book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep Divers, they tried to bury us. They forgot we were seeds. It's time to wake up. Choose peace, not war. Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy, peace. Yo! Once again, Deep Divers, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real, and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation, and let me know how this video inspired you. One love. Peace.